Good morning, everyone. It is Ty here again, coming at you today with another deck profile. This time we're doing my black Machinedramon Millenniummon Turbo deck. You may have noticed the balloon. It is my birthday today. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas. Drop a comment down below of what you would like to see in the deck, what you would like to change. Your thoughts and everything. Wish me a happy birthday if you want by pressing that big red subscribe button. I am an up-and-coming YouTubist, and I'm trying to get more subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated. On to the deck profile. All right. So, starting off with the Digitama, we got 4 Capurymon. It is the best Digitama in black right now if you are playing any amount of Wargreymon as a mega. If you're not playing Wargreymon, then I think it's perfectly acceptable to play 2 of this card and 3 of this. Sumimon actually comes up sometimes, and the 2000 boost on a Digitama is really nice. You don't see that very often. On to the level 3s. Now, I see a lot of black deck profiles say that they're playing every level 3 that black has to offer, and a lot of them just aren't. Like, either they haven't done their research or they forgot one, but, I'm going to prove their claims false today because I'm actually playing all of the black level 3s. We got 4 Toyagumon and 4 Gatsumon to start off with. These are your best level 3s in the deck. This guy gives you reboot, and this guy is a blocker. This guy is your premier go-to start your evolution chain rookie, and this is your premier I do not want to evolve on top of this because this card is just good rookie. So 4 of each because they're both amazing. And then 4 Hagurumon because having the 2-drop vanilla is always nice. And your other options are Chumon, which honestly puts in a lot of work against blue and green. For those of you that don't know, Chumon says your opponent cannot gain memory except by the effect of tamers. So things like Hammer Spark, things like Puppetmon, things like the memory borrowers, none of those work against this card, and this card's really nice. And then to round it off, we have the 15th rookie as Caramon. So this card rarely comes up, but you have a lot of low-cost level 4s, so having this evolve into like a Numon and then hard playing one of these for 3 is nice because it just lets you get a draw. So I wouldn't play more than 1 in this build, and I'd consider cutting it for a 3rd copy of Chumon, but I wanted to play every rookie, so I am. There's my 15 rookies in black. Now we have our level 4s. I've already touched on this card, Numemon. It's super cheap, really good, easy to play, easy to evolve into. Greymon, for him, he is typically black's best level 4. It gives anything that has reboot jamming. I think what's really nice about this card is the 4 cost to play normally. So a lot of the times, you want to just hard play things in black to try to memory choke your opponent, and just having the variety of hard play cost is really nice. And then to round off the level 4s, I have 3 Gardramon. So I don't really like this card as much as a lot of black players seem to. He just kind of sucks to evolve on top of because he's such a beefy blocker. But you're playing so many other blockers in the list that I didn't think maxing him out was necessary. So I'm playing 11 level 4s in this build. On to the level 5s. We have the best level 5 in the deck, Wargreymon. He has reboot on his own, which is nice. And if you evolve up the chain, he gives anything that evolved under Toyagumon security attack +1. So this card is just really good. 8 cost to play normally kind of sucks, but he's the one you want to evolve into most of the time. The other 2 level 5s you can hard play. We have Andromon, and we have 3 copies of Megadramon. So I'm only playing 2 copies of Andromon because, again, we're playing so many blockers in this deck. I didn't feel this card was necessary to run more copies of. And having a card that hits for 9,000 early on is really good, especially if, you know, you're having any of your effects under it. Like, you can give it reboot and just swing in security. 9,000 lives security most of the time, so you can swing in, get a free security poke off, and then it stands back up so that your opponent can't swing over it with their bigger dudes. So I really like Megadramon. I think playing 3 of this is a good choice, and it's kind of an underrated card in most black decks. But these are my level 5s. I'm only playing 9. So the big focus of this deck is on the level 6s. We have the Shining Star. We have Machinedramon. Now, a lot of black decks I see are only playing like 2 of this card. And they say that Wargreymon is better. And I say, why? Are you guys going up against Omnimon? Like at all? Because this card dumps on Omnimon. Especially the blue variant. If they get the Metal Garurumon under the Omnimon and they swing with that and they pulled out their Garurumon and then they use their Garurumon to make their Metal Garurumon attack again and they pulled out the Gabumon and then, you know, they Omnimon on top of that and then they attack with the Omnimon and they put the Metal Garurumon back in their hand. If you Machinedramon that, it dies. Because there's not a level 4 or a level 3 under it, so devolving the Omnimon 2 just kills it. It's one of the only instances in the game where you can kill something by devolving it. And it's really funny that it just so happens that you can do it against the best deck in the format. I think one of the tournament reports came out and like 58% of people are playing Omnimon Blue at one of these tournaments. Like 38% of this people played Omnimon Blue at another one of these tournaments. This card dumps on Omnimon. This card dumps on purple. It's not really that great against green because, you know, you give them a bunch of memory and they can just evolve back up. But in a deck that fishes for its combo pieces, this card will just destroy them. And it'll straight up win you the match. And it's really nice because it just gets a level 6 in play. And, you know, having a level 6 in play that also has blocker for some reason, this card is nuts. Play it. Just play this card. Even in decks that aren't black, this is a card that I feel like people could tech in and see a lot of success with. Onto our other level 6s that aren't as exciting. We have Wargreymon. This card isn't as exciting as Machinedramon because it doesn't have the fancy devolve super dump on the meta effect that Machinedramon has. This card just has blocker and reboot, which is very nice. You know, it's worth playing this card because of that. Especially since it combos with the Metal Greymon and it combos with everything else and it just gives you more blockers. Again, I said, you know, we're playing the 4 Gatsumon, we're playing the 3 Gardramon, we're playing the 2 Andromon. That's 9. The 4 Machinedramon, that's 13. We're playing 15 blockers in this deck. A lot of them are big, like all of them, but the Gatsumon are 7,000 or above. So, you know, this card is nice. You know, he gives you the pokes, and then he can block on your turn or on their turn because he stands back up. So it's worth playing. I like this card. I just don't like it as much as Machinedramon, and I don't understand why everybody else is hyping this card up to the extent that they are. It's a good card, don't get me wrong. It's just not as cool as Machinedramon is. And then our last level 6, we have 3 High Andromon. This card lets you turbo out into Millenniummon super quickly, just because he's cheap. And the 12,000 body is really nice. Just, it's the vanilla level 6s. If you're new to this game, for some reason, these cards are really good. And they don't have effects, and you're gonna wonder why these cards are really good. The reason is that they're super cheap. This card is nice, especially in decks that try to get to a level 7, like Millenniummon, which we are playing 4 of. Hyandramon is one of your premier targets to evolve on top of. That and Machinedramon, because of this card's sick on-play effect, you just want to play him from your hand and just disrupt their board. And then they have the resources to evolve one of their stacks back up, right? And you left them with the memory to do it. So they evolve one of their stacks back up again, but they don't want to swing because you can block it. Your turn comes around, you take this Machinedramon, you slap the Millenniummon on top of it, and that stack that they worked hard to get back after you destroyed goes to the bottom of their deck. Machinedramon, playing 4 Machinedramon and playing 4 Millenniummon is the stones, like the absolute stones. You're gonna love it. You have enough removal that this deck might as well just be red. Let's be real. But the most interesting part about this list is you're playing 48 Digimon. So it's a lot. I just don't feel like the black options and tamers are the best. I am playing 1 Tai and 1 looking back at the good times. Tai is nice because it helps set your memory, and in black you do want to have more memory just so you can drop your higher cost cards. So it is nice, it just doesn't come up as often, and this card kind of just isn't all that good. So I felt 1 was fine. I could cut this card completely. I don't really care for this. It's in testing, it's come up, and it's been nice, but, you know, it could be a second copy of this, because in testing, looking back at the good times has been great. So, the main purpose I found for this card, a lot of people I see are playing Spider Shooter over this card because they haven't found what this card is supposed to do. This card kills blockers. The blockers that you see from the starter deck, you know, Woodmon, Vilemon, this card just gets rid of them. It's because you're not going to find a rookie that costs 4 or more that people play on top of, you know, except for the promo Agumon, which I play in my red deck, but, you know, most people aren't even playing that card. This card just destroys any champion. It'll destroy most ultimates, because it'll devolve them, and then if they cost 4, then they just go away. So I found that in green, this card is really against the green matchup. This card is really good because if something evolved on top of a Vegemon, you can even kill level 5s. But this card comes up against every matchup because every matchup has blockers, and this card will kill all of them. So I'd consider taking one of these out for 1 more of these. It's just, in black, you do want the memory, so that's what we're doing. Anyway, guys, there we go. That is my blacklist. It is focused on turboing out this card so that you can control their board very well, and dropping this card to disrupt them all of the time. Just at any point, they have to be afraid of this card, while you are working up chains to put cards like Wargreymon into play. So they see that you're going for this, so they build up to try to prevent it. Then you drop this, and then disrupt their board, and they try to scramble to recover. And then you drop this, and then their recovery just goes out the window, and it's great. So I've had a lot of success with this black deck. I absolutely love it. It has actually a good matchup against some of the best decks in the format. So that's my list. Hope you all enjoy. Once again, please like, comment, subscribe. It's my birthday. Please do it. Please. Please.